Well, good evening, Basel fans, and welcome here to Mexico City for this game in the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers between our host Mexico and the visitors, the Dominican Republic. Well, currently live here in Mexico City at the Arena CDMX. It's the final game, Group C fixture, game day 2 of the first window of the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. Well, Basel fans will be heading to the FIBA AmeriCup next summer in Nicaragua in the summer 2025. And hopefully, we'll be seeing these two powerhouses there. Remember, Nicaragua are the hosts, but they'll still be awaiting confirmation whether they'll be given a free ticket to be at the tournament or not. Canada in action tonight here against the hosts of the eventual FIBA AmeriCup. And at the moment, Mexico looking to bounce back. Well, these two teams only met a few days ago in the Dominican Republic, and it was the Dominican Republic who took the victory by a slender 6 points. Well, the big question will be tonight, can Amar Quintero's players of Mexico get a big response in front of their home fans? Remember, we're live here at the Arena CDMX. Well, Mexico, just like the Dominican Republic, did feature this summer in the Philippines at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. And they don't want to start their AmeriCup qualification campaign with 2 defeats back-to-back. So they'll be looking to turn things around here for sure. Well, this team featuring some very experienced players. You saw number 3, Fabian Jimenez, just come out. Paul Stoll, one of the experienced point guards, who's been an international basketball sensation. But here comes Gabriel Herron. Now, interesting, Gabriel Herron's brother actually plays for the Panamanian national team. 2 brothers representing 2 different countries. Well, that is Ivan Montano, currently playing for Toros Laguna, while Karim Lopez currently playing in the Spanish ACB, the big man there at the end, playing for Juventud Badalona in the Spanish ACB, as we mentioned, and Israel Gutierrez, final player, Raul Olade. Well, Basel fans now will stand for the national anthems of these 2 beautiful countries of both Mexico and the Dominican Republic. Well, the national anthems of these two beautiful countries have been sung, and now the players and coaches, well, now we'll stand for the national anthem of Mexico. My apologies. Well, now the national anthems of both Mexico and the Dominican Republic have been sung. The players and coaches will shake hands with each other. Well, a big game for both of these two teams of Basel fans. You can see the three very important people in the back. We're going to get set now to introduce our three referees for tonight's game. Well, our three referees are coming from Puerto Rico, Panama, and Argentina. From Puerto Rico, we have Roberto Vasquez. From Panama, we have Julio Anaya. And of course, from Argentina, we have Franco Ronconi. Well, we thank the hard work and loyalty of all of our officials. They've done an excellent job at all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight at the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers between Mexico and Panama. Well, now we're going to take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. It'll be very interesting to see with what lineup the Dominican Republic goes out with. Remember, this team, they did indeed defeat Mexico on the opening game day here of the FIBA AmeriCup. Well, there's your starting lineup at the moment for the Dominican Republic. And of course, their coach, David Diaz, taking over from Che Garcia after he left his team from the FIBA Basketball Cup. Dominican Republic, of course, losing to Serbia and Montenegro. That did prevent them from going into the round, well, the final eight, of course, of the Basketball World Cup. But now we'll take a look at the Mexican starting five. Well, Mexico's starting five, of course, tonight will be very, very interesting to see. Gael Bonilla will be in the starting lineup along with Fabian Jaimes, Paul Stoll, Gabriel Giron, and Israel Gutierrez. Well, this team coached by one of a former great of the Mexican Basketball Federation, Omar Quintero, the man that led them to the FIBA Basketball World Cup, their first World Cup since 2014. Now remember, he did represent Mexico as a player back in the 2007 FIBA AmeriCup. That time it was a qualification system directly to go right to the Beijing 2008 Olympics, where he got to defend and play against the late, great Kobe Bryant. Well, fans, we're now just moments away from tip-off, and this is going to be a big game as now it begins. Our official sponsor, the Tissot Countdown to Tip-Off, is underway. Mexico currently hosting the Dominican Republic. Well, Mexico's going to have to try and control the tempo in this game very early on. Try to use the energy from this home crowd. This is a very talented Dominican Republic national team. Remember, a team that knocked Argentina out of qualifying for the Basketball World Cup. Eloy Vargas, the big man, is definitely going to have a big factor tonight. But of course, Victor Lee's another good player along with Jelvis Solana. I mean, these are guys that did feature at the World Cup this summer. But look out for Andres Feliz. Feliz also currently playing in the Spanish ACB with Juventud Badalona. Well, again, to all of our Basel fans currently watching live all over the world on Courtside 1891, bienvenidos. Welcome here to Mexico City, the capital of the beautiful country of Mexico. This is game day 2 of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. These two teams, they met only a few days ago in game day 1 back in the Dominican Republic. But it was the Dominican Republic who took that victory. Well, now we're ready for action. Fasten your seatbelts. Don't go anywhere, as this party is just about to get started. Well, the tip is up and we're underway, and it will be Mexico who have the first possession. Pull Stoll heavily defended here in the backcourt by Andres Feliz. Stoll going pick and roll here with Gutierrez. Now finding Gabriel Hiron. Now he is a prolific three-point shooter. Gutierrez going in with a jump hook, can't get it. Defensive presence of Eloy Vargas will be a key factor for the Dominicans. Well, they're going for a quick three-pointer. That's something Dominican Republic do like to do, of course. Hiron trying to isolate now, trying to go for that backup. Twist and turn and go for the fadeaway. Well, there was definitely nothing but net, but it didn't go inside the buckets. Feliz down the middle, kicking this one out. It's going to be a turnover. Well, Dominican Republic not getting the spacing right in their offense. It's Victor Lee stepping out of bounds, but you would like to have seen Andres Feliz probably pull up from the free throw line. Stoll with the ball in his hands. Trying to go handoff now, fakes this, goes in with a finger roll. Well, looking like a Mexican George Gervin. Well, what a play by Bonilla. Feliz now going this time for the teardrop, can't get it. Mexico trying to push this. Stoll coming off one screen, kicking this one out. Jaimes fires the 3 points up, and it's good. Well, that's how Mexico likes to play. Spread the floor. .5-0 lead to the hosts. Perez trying to penetrate. Nowhere to go here. Vargas looking for a handoff, finding Feliz now. Back down to the big man. Well, Stoll. Good defense here by the Mexicans. That's going to go out of bounds. Should appreciate the effort there by Paul Stoll. Well, Paul Stoll was key in the Mexican victory against the United States of America back in 2021 at the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Stoll trying to go pick and roll. Fakes a ball screen. Jaimes penetrates, bit of contact, too strong, can't get it. Goes out of bounds, and now we'll go back to the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic still looking for their first field goal. At the moment, 0 for 4 from the field. Andres Feliz down the middle, finds Vargas, goes and he misses that one. Well, that looked harder to miss than it was to make it. Fabian Jaimes penetrating. Throws it right away. And now the Dominican Republic. Foul's going to be committed by Paul Stoll. Lee's trying to get something going. Trying to go for a post-up. Throwing this one down low to Santos. Santos trying to use that size, if you want to call it. The brute strength not paying off there for the Dominican Republic. It's Mexico trying to get into a half-court set. These two teams, of course, respectfully good teams in this group. Well, nice penetration by Fabian Jaimes going to the rack. 7-0 lead to Mexico. Fabian Jaimes at the moment, 5 points already. Vargas trying to go for a post-up, gets going to double team. Big man getting his own rebound. He gets fouled, he'll go to the free throw line. That's much more aggressive play by Eloy Vargas. Well, Mexico don't really have the size to deal with Vargas, but Eloy Vargas is not a go-to post player. Well, he's not the foundation big man, but he will give you 40 minutes of very aggressive play inside on both ends of the floor. Well, Eloy Vargas, the former Kentucky Wildcat, left the University of Kentucky back in 2012. He started at the University of Florida. Well, he's played professionally in the Americas, in Europe. He played in the Spanish ACB, but recently spent some time playing in Argentina. But he misses the second free throw. Huron being heavily defended. Now he wants to get things going from the perimeter. There's a three. Three is up. Front iron can't get it. Now the Dominican Republic trying to push this. Well, they go for a three in transition. This one's up, and again, no good. But an offensive rebound has been grabbed. Well, Luis Santos, well, that's such apologies, that's Andreas Feliz. Santos going handoff. Trying to isolate here, nowhere to go. Feliz tries the three, and finally, the Dominican Republic getting their first three-pointer and actually getting their first field goal. And it took just under 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Stoll with a little teardrop, kisses that one off the backboard. Veteran player Paul Stoll needs to step up big time here tonight for Mexico. Feliz being defended by Fabian Jaimes. Yasel Perez throwing it down low to Eloy Vargas. Vargas going for the fadeaway, had the mismatch. Well, he was being defended by Gabriel Huron, but couldn't take advantage. Fabian Jaimes twisting, turning at the moment. It's all Mexico. Jaimes will go the free throw line here for the three-point play. Well, he is dominating at the moment. Well, look at the spin out there by Fabian Jaimes inside the paint. And he is causing all sorts of problems right now for the Dominican defense. He's unable to convert the three-point play. 7-point lead to Mexico. Well, Feliz getting caught in a double team. Finds Eloy Vargas. There's a pump fake, time, space. Another three is up, and that's just way off the mark. Well, the Dominicans at the moment struggling, choking under intense Mexican pressure here from the defense. So Mexico will get this one back. Stoll now pulls up. He can make these back iron, but an offensive rebound. And the follow-up is good by Bonilla. Well, Mexico going for second shots. Another turnover. Now Bonilla running in transition. Bonilla going up, and he goes in with another finger roll. Well, is that Bonilla, or is that George Gervin in a Mexican basketball jersey? Gael Bonilla is bowling at the moment. Well, Gael Bonilla with two big-time back-to-back plays, 11-point lead at the moment here to Mexico. Well, this timeout call right now because of the moment. Dominican Republic, no identity here in their offense. They are struggling to build anything at the moment. Well, you can see Mexico already 7 for 12 from the field at the moment. Both teams have one 3-point field goal already, but that's been the only field goal for the Dominican Republic. Well, look at this, Gael Bonilla in transition, running the floor, and that Iceman finger roll. .358 to go here in the first quarter. Mexico looking for that first victory here in the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. Well, there's the penetration now, trying to go to work. Will they get the offensive rebounds? But that goes out of bounds. It's going to remain Dominican possession on the baseline. 9 left on the shot clock. Well, Jonathan Araujo coming into the game for the Dominican Republic along with Juan Guerrero. And now there's only 4.6 left on the shot clock. Rodriguez also checking into the game for Mexico. Dribbles into traffic, and that is going to be a 24-second violation. Dominican Republic, I'll say it one more time. They are choking under intense Mexican defensive pressure. Mexico leading by 11. Still finding Gabriel Herron. Herron trying to use the size here. Well, gets rejected. Fabian Jaimez little teardrop, and Fabian Jaimez playing for an MVP. 13-point lead to Mexico. 7 minutes played. Dominican Republic only 1 field goal. Andres Feliz, well, no charge call. Good defense. Well, nothing again dropping, and Mexico comes up with the rebounds. Rodriguez trying to push this one. Nobody running with him. Stoll pick and roll here. Will he get another offensive board? Dominican Republic at the moment haven't quite turned up to the game here. Throws that one too strong for Gutierrez. The Canada Dominicans break. Lees goes in, and again, well, Paul Stoll thought he might caught him by surprise, but Andres Feliz is just too good a player to be caught out by that. Stoll penetrating. Only turn it over, and now Dominican Republic with another chance to break. They got the numbers. That's 2 coast-to-coast layups. No player for Mexico looking to take a charge at the moment, and Omar Quintero. Still stuck in the corner. Time winding down. Heron fires a 3. This is what he likes to do, and he nails it. 3 puntos, por favor. Well, Gabriel Heron putting Mexico's lead back up by 12 points. Now with just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. Good defense by Gutierrez. A little double change coming in now for the Mexicans. It's Gutierrez and Gabriel Heron will leave the game. Time winding down the shot clock. Got to get something here. Splits the defense, and a foul has been called. So 2 free throws coming up for the Dominicans. The foul has been called on Mexico's number 15, Jorge Camacho. Well, currently the free throw line, Juan Suero for the Dominican Republic. Well, Juan Suero, currently 30 years of age, stands at 196 centimeters. That's roughly 6'5". Currently plays his pro basketball in Venezuela for Piratas de la Guardia. 10-point deficit. Rodriguez back to the big man. Oh, going for a tough fadeaway. Wow. Mexico like to go for tough shots. He's lucky he's made that one because nobody was going in for an offensive rebound. Well, good hands by Fabian Jaimez. Mexico keep this one in bounds. And they can get the final shot here in the first quarter. Foul has been committed. It's a second team foul against the Dominican Republic. Well, it was Ivan Montano who did draw the foul. Montano with the ball in his hands. Try to isolate here. Again, Fabian Jaimez, that little teardrop not going here. Well, I didn't think he realized how much time was left on the clock. He could have forced up a full court, but basketball fans at the end of the first quarter is indeed Mexico who lead this one 22-10 against the Dominican Republic. Well, we're going to take a look at the key stats and highlights here for the first quarter. But as it stands, Mexico with a double-digit lead and still looking for their first victory in the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup Qualifiers. Well, you can see the stats from the first quarter at the moment, but now we're going to take a look at the key highlights here from the first quarter as Mexico have a 12-point lead. We're talking about Fabian Jaimez. He made that first three-pointer. Zilo Vargas get good rejection. Noemi Casa. Well, Jaimez has been taking the paint so far. Mismatch against Santos. And there was Andres Feliz with the Dominican Republic's first field goal of the game. There was a throwdown by Bonilla. Well, Mexico's defense has been good in this game so far. Well, it's transition buckets like that that Amar Quintero's not going to appreciate it from his players' defense. Again, he's a player's coach. Well, Basel fans, make sure you use that QR code and download Courtside 1891 today to get all the best live streams and schedules. The official media platform of FIBA, Courtside 1891. Use that QR code. Dominican Republic getting the first possession here of the second quarter. Well, nice penetration, a nice dish out, finding the big man inside the paint. Well, Juan Guerrero getting his first 2 points. Assist coming from Yelvis Solano. There's the alley. Oh, baby! Muchos gracias. Well, Bonilla right now is flying in the sky. Well, there's a cross-court pass, but it's going to be another turnover from the Dominican Republic. Juan Suero wasn't in bounds. It's a 12-point lead to the Mexicans. Trying to extend that advantage. Well, tough love pass inside the paint. They kick it out. Time's winding down, goes out of bounds, but it's going to remain Mexico ball with only 4 seconds left here on the shot clock. Well, they have to force up a deep three. It's up, no good. And now the Dominican Republic can try to push this one. Well, no carrying violation called. Solano giving this one up, trying to go down low now to Araujo, but another turnover. And now Mexico can try to push this. Well, nice pick and roll again with Fabian Jaimes, but now he's struggling with that little jump hook he likes to go with. But this is a chance here for the Dominican Republic to try and chip into the deficit. Remember, they made history almost a year and a half ago when they defeated Argentina, knocking them out of the FIBA World Cup, and another Dominican turnover. Well, Mexico's got numbers, they go quickly, but again, they turn it right back over. Well, Rodriguez and Montano's trying to say it took a deflection off of Solano, but the referee's not buying it. Mexican fans trying to get into this one, trying to rally behind their team. Under 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. Well, Vargas trying to use the size of the paint again. The big man just going to work, the former Kentucky Wildcat. Well, that's what they need from Eloy Vargas. Post-play dominance. Nowhere to go here. Now they try another three. This one's up. Again, no good. Vargas with a rebound. Dominican Republic trying to push this one. He penetrates, hangs up in the air, and again, he misses a layup. Well, it's a good move, but he's got to make it. Well, Mexico go for a three in transition. B-E-A, beautiful run and gun Mexican basketball. Rodriguez. Kareem Rodriguez making a 13-point ball game. Lee's got it in the corner, tries to penetrate, bumping, gets rejected. No Mikasa. And now Mexico can push again. Down the middle, goes in. I miss a layup, but a foul has been called. Bonilla will go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Well, he was ready to take a body with him. Well, of course, it was only a 6-point win for the Dominican Republic when they played against Mexico only a few days ago. Well, they did feature for Mexico City Capitanes in the NBA G League. Gael Bonilla making the second free throw. 15-point cushion here for Mexico. Well, they go for a deep 3, and again, it's way too uncontested. Pulstall just giving a little bit too much time and space. Well, 3-pointer was made by Yasel Perez. Down the middle, finds Bonilla, and at the moment, where was the help side Dominican defense? Nowhere to be seen. Under 6 minutes left here in the second quarter. Another deep 3. Well, keep this one in bounds. Good defense. Time winding down. Got to get something going quick. Has to go for a step back. Huge 3. Rebound's been secured. Mexico again trying to push the advantage forward. Trying to build that lead further. Another 3 in the corner. Nothing dropping now. Dominican Republic. Foul's going to be committed by Pulstall. Well, Gabriel Giron coming back into the game for Mexico. Andreas Feliz also back here for the Dominican Republic. Vargas now, well, getting away maybe with a travel there. Big man struggling inside the paint, but an offensive foul is going to be called. Well, this one's going to be called against Luismael Ferreras. Well, he's only been in the game for 1 minute 24 seconds. The foul was drawn by Mexico's number 5. Now look at the replay. Yeah. Still a 14-point game. Well, Bonilla kicking out, turning it over. Well, here we go. Victor Feliz is going to go up. Well, excuse me, that is Andreas Feliz. We love how quickly these two teams are able to convert turnovers into transition points, especially in the case of the Dominican Republic. Down low to Giron. Mexico, another 3, nothing dropping. And unable to get the offensive board. Well, what a diamond again, put in way too much hot sauce on that one. Wasted opportunity for the Dominican Republic. Small-point cushion, just under 4 minutes down the middle. Trying to make the post play, nowhere to go here. Another turn, are you kidding me? Ay, Dios mío. What a play. Well, Camacho, he only takes tough shots. He doesn't like the easy ones, and he likes to take those under pressure. Step back, another 3-point. This one's up, no good. Well, Dominican Republic, the body language of these players tells you everything. Stoll kicks out. Heron's made 1-3. 3 puntos. Por favor, mi amigo. Gabriel Heron. Well, he's forcing the Dominican Republic to call timeout. Well, Gabby's on fire, baby. He's feeling it. So the DI needs to talk it over. They are struggling at the moment. Well, there was Andreas Feliz off the steal going coast to coast. But at the moment, his team is down by 17 points. Now, the way this game is going, if it was to stay like this, well, there's the QR code. Download courtside 1891 today, the official media platform of FIBA, to get the best streams and schedules of the International World of Hoops, brought to you by FIBA. $17-point deficit. Back to Eloy Vargas. Big man gets fouled. He'll go back to the free throw line. Well, the foul is going to be called against Gutierrez. Well, Eloy Vargas did feature for the Dominican Republic this summer at the FIBA Basketball Cup. And they had that historic win this summer when they did play against the Italians. Che Garcia now currently coaching the Saudi Arabian national team after taking the Dominican Republic to the World Cup. Mexican fans trying to get into this one. Dominican Republic going into a 2-3 zone. So it'll be interesting to see how Mexico breaks this one down. Time winding down the shot clock. Stoll's got to get something going. Quick shot for the mid-range. Now it's an 18-point ball game. Mexico flying with confidence at the moment. The assist coming from Paul Stoll. Valos nailing the jump shot. Well, Vargas with the post move, the big man. I mean, he is good. And you ask the question, why doesn't he become more of a scoring factor? He's got the post moves, the footwork, and he's got a good touch around the basket. Stoll fakes a screen, step back, big three, can't get it. Well, Andreas Feliz turning it over, but you have to appreciate the hustle of both Paul Stoll and Gabriel Heron, making every effort to get back on defense. He's got Heron to his left, Stoll to his right, and Andreas Feliz just turning it over. Stoll give and go down the middle, goes in, avoids the block. And Erwin Avalos already 4 points. 14 turnovers already for the Dominican Republic. And that's why they're down by 18 points. Well, they're trying to go down low to Eloy Vargas, but they go for another three, and this one will calm down the nerves of the Dominican Republic players. Victor Lees, another player who did play for the Dominican Republic this summer at the World Cup. Trying to penetrate, but nowhere to go here. Goes out of bounds. Well, the timeout's going to be called by Amar Quintero, as he just wants to talk it over with his players. Well, we will be back in just under 1 minute. Timeout now, 15-point lead to Mexico. We come back 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Mexicans. Well, here are some highlights of Valos getting the ball off the pick and roll front post stop, but here was the three-pointer by Victor Lees. Well, he's definitely got a big job to do after the departure of Che Garcia. Garcia was a heavy fan favorite with the Dominican basketball fans. Sideline ball to Mexico. Well, foul's gonna be committed. This one's against Eloy Vargas. So a fresh 14 on the shot clock now for the Mexicans. Vargas picking up his second personal foul. Well, Valos going for three, and again, it took a deflection. That's going to be a kick ball, so 1 minute to go. Dominican Republic will get it back. Valos go to the bench. Victor Lees trying to push this one. Potential 2-for-1 here for the Dominican Republic. Well, can they get another three? It's up. That's just too short, but again, they come up with the rebound. Well, Mexico diving on the floor for the ball. They come up with it. Down the middle, one more pass here. Ron's made 2 threes. Just can't get this one. Foul has been committed. Well, the foul's going to be called against Montano. .9 seconds left. Mexico gets a stop here. They do get it back. Well, Vargas doesn't take many three-pointers, and that's why right there, as that goes out of bounds. So 18 left. Mexico will get the final shot here on the first half. Well, they're taking Vargas out, not because he missed a three, but because he does have 2 fouls. They don't want him to pick up a third one before the end of the first half. So Juan Guerrero coming back into the game for the Dominicans. Montano coming off one screen. Well, they go for another three. That's just way off the mark. Well, Basel fans, at the end of the first half, it is indeed Mexico who have a 15-point lead against the Dominican Republic. Well, this is game day 2 of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. These two teams, they only met a few days ago. Group C contenders. Dominican Republic winning the first game by 6 points. Mexico need to win, but if they win by more than 6 points, they would indeed win the head-to-head in this group. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the key stats, and then we'll go back and reflect on the top plays from the second quarter. Well, so far, the Dominican Republic, 3 3-pointers out of 11. Mexico, 4 out of 14, but 13 field goals from inside the rainbow has been a key difference. Well, interesting, Dominican Republic's actually winning the rebounding count, 23-13, but 9 assists to 5. And already Mexico have 8 still so far. Well, Bonilla leading all scorers with 12 points, followed up by Fabian Jaimes. Time now to look at the key highlights from the first half of play. Well, there's the penetration down the middle. And that's how the Dominican Republic. Well, there's the alley-oop, and bienvenidos. Well, bienvenidos a la Ciudad de Mexico, baby. Amar Quintero, he likes that one. Well, there was the push-off. There's the kick out. The three is up in the corner. Dominican Republic. This is what you like here from Eloy Vargas. Post play. That was the 4 3-pointer for the Mexicans. Well, there was another still. We've seen that a few times tonight here from Andres Feliz, but look at the post work by Camacho. Pull again, ball screen, finding Gabriel Herrera. The 3 puntos, por favor. Well, he can light it up, that's for sure. That 3-pointer made it a 17-point ball game as Avalos with a fadeaway. But credit to Eloy Vargas, just showing the post dominance. Zavala's going ball screen. Nice pass again from Stoll. He can pick out a dime, baby. Victor Lee's giving Dominican Republic their third three. But Barca fans, halftime. We'll be back in just under 12 minutes.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they'd do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Everyone's a little too big on the inside. Galvanini gives it up. Down the lane for the throwdown. Impressed early. Teller goes up. His block. Carrera comes from the weak side and says, "Not in here."
Maybe a left. Another relatively unguarded on the perimeter. Campasso, eyes in the back of his head. And Delia adds the exclamation mark to the highlight reel assist.
Oh boy, Vanilla again. Omar Quintero has to be disappointed with his start. And look at Solano taking off. Didn't take him long to get his first.
Making things happen. There he is, finding the short roll, and again, just great basketball from Uruguay. Martin Rojas with the pass, Ceres with the finish.
Niagara Falls is just flooded here in St. Catharines. Khalifa Young just elevating.
Oh, the cover from Campasso, the trick from Campasso, the no-look pass from Campasso, and the shot from Campasso. Bang! The one-man show.
Oh boy, oh my goodness. Ramsey. Look at that.
In the pre-game build-up, we said that backcourt for Uruguay is the elevation from Romero. Where did that come from?
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, welcome back, Basel fans. There is the courtside 1891 to make sure you get the QR code to download the official platform of FIBA's Media World of Basketball. Get the best live streams, scores, and schedules at courtside 1891. Use that QR code and download it today. Well, currently at the moment, it's a 15-point lead to Mexico. They're looking for their first victory in the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup Qualifiers. Well, Mexico and the Dominican Republic, as we mentioned, they did meet a few days ago in the opening game of the FIBA AmeriCup Qualifiers. Dominican Republic did take that victory. Well, it was actually a 14-point deficit, my apologies. So Mexico would need to win by 50 points, which they are doing at the moment. If it were to stay like this, they would eventually win the head-to-head. But we do have 2 more quarters to go. Well, Gabriel Giron did have 25 points in that game for Mexico, but it was Eloy Vargas who was 1 point away from getting a potential double-double. But at the moment, they'll have to suffice with trying to make sure they secure the victory first. Well, it will be Mexico who have the first possession here of the second half. Stolen the backcourt along with Gabriel Giron. Giron coming off one screen. Stole time and space. That's going to be an illegal screen set, so quick turnover already here for the Mexicans. Well, it will be a foul call here against Mexico. A sideline ball to the Dominican Republic. Just a slight delay in game at the moment. Well, Dominican Republic, if they are to lose this game, which is plenty of time left, of course, they want to make sure they lose by less than 15 points. Well, another turnover, and again, just too many careless plays by the Dominicans in the first half. We've seen time and time again. They have to take care of the basketball if they want to come out victorious tonight. But another delay in the shot clock. Mexico looking to extend their lead. Oh, what a play there again by Bonilla. Oh, Bonilla is having a game of games at the moment. 14 points. He's 100% from the field so far. Extending Mexico's lead to 17. Well, Vargas called a double team. A foul is going to be called against Paul Stoll. So Dominican Republic will get this one back. Stoll, I guess, have a look at the replay. Well, here's the penetration, tries to go in, can't get it. Rebound has been secured, and now Gabriel Giron con la pelota en sus manos. Stoll giving this one up. But Fabian Jaimes turns over now. Look out below. Here we go. Well, again, it's just how quickly this team is able to convert turnovers into transition points. The foul is going to be called against Victor Lees. Well, nice pick and roll now, twisting, turning again. It's that man, Israel Gutierrez. Well, Gutierrez made that look harder than it was. Well, Mexico again, some of the shots they've taken have been very tough, but they seem to have no problem knocking them down. Jaimes with the good hands, comes up with a steal. Finds Gutierrez, kicks out. Hiran's made 2 threes. Can't get this one. It's Dominican Republic picking up another foul here in transition. Well, Dominican's trying to go inside the paint. They can't get it now. Nobody running with Gutierrez. Big man trying to get ahead. Jaimes going in the lane. Follow up by Gutierrez. Now it's a 19-point Mexican lead. Well, they are dominating. Currently now 5 points ahead of that head-to-head. As Feliz draws a foul, this one's going to be on the ground. That's going to be the 4th and final team foul for Mexico to give away here in the 3rd quarter. Ten here on the shot clock for Dominican Republic. Well, it's going to be Dominican ball. Well, decision has been quickly turned over as Julio Anaya, our referee from Panama, Mexico again trying to extend that lead here tonight. Well, they turn it right back over. A great finish by Andres Feliz in transition. It's all about that conversion rate. Forcing Mexico to turn the ball over, quickly getting it ahead and trying to finish on the fast break. Well, Gutierrez teardrop, can't finish. Now the Dominicans trying to chip in. Feliz going for a quick 3. But they can't keep this one in bounds. It's Montano going down low, and again, oh, he missed a wide open look. Well, here we go, here we go. What a, again, he can't finish it. And at the moment, Dominican Republic, that's maybe the one time they've not been able to convert a transition play. 8 fast break points tonight for the Dominican Republic. Fine Hiran, and again, the lead goes back up to 19. Smooth passing from the Mexicans. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mexico currently leading the head-to-head here against the Dominican Republic. Throwing this one down low. Can they get something from this offense? Well, good hands. Dominican Republic making too many careless turnovers at the moment. No need to rush, you think, it's Montano. It's going to be a double dribble call. Well, interesting. Well, Gael Bonilla currently still top scorer in this game with 14 points. He has been leading the way so far. So Andres Feliz checks out of the game. Coming in as Omar Silviero. Baseline home. Well, yeah, I thought he was going to throw it down, but good execution by the Dominicans. So Juan Suero's able to lay that one up, counting it down now to 17. Well, careless illegal screen set by Fabian Jaimes. Bit of a clumsy play there, to say the least. Well, watch Jaimes hit. $17 points deficit, kicking this one out. Well, Dominicans not getting the spacing on their offense, but they do cut it down to 15. And Amar Quintero calls timeout as Guerrero with the mid-range one-legged fadeaway. Well, timeout now called by Amar Quintero as he wants to talk it over with his players. Remember, they must win by 15 to win the head-to-head against the Dominican Republic. Well, use that QR code and download the official FIBA AmeriCup app on your smartphone, tablet, or your Android to get all the best news, stats, and highlights that matter to you most. Download it today and follow the FIBA AmeriCup for the qualifiers up until we go to Nicaragua next summer. Well, that's a good finish by Suero. You see the Dominican Republic not so eager to get things going from the perimeter as a quick foul has been called. The foul is on Richard Batista. .40 run at the moment now for the Dominican Republic. Huron trying to isolate, throws a tough pass, another turnover. Now the Dominican Republic, they got numbers, goes up and finishing. And that's what we talked about, that quick transition by the Dominicans. And another foul has been called. It's Montano just getting knocked to the ground. I think he's going to come out of the game now because Paul Stoll's coming back in. Just over 3 minutes, 19-point lead cut down to 13, 6-0 run for the Dominicans. As Bonilla tries to penetrate, Bonilla goes in, misses the layup. Dominicans, although they're losing, they are winning the head-to-head right now. Well, I'm not quite sure what was called. I think they've had issues with the shot clock at the moment. And the officials just trying to sort this one out. Mexican Vance trying to get in this one. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Got to get something going. Nice penetration. Again, it's been all Dominican Republic. 8-0 run at the moment. The 19-point lead has been cut down to 11. It's Bonilla, strong post move, but he misses again. Gets his own rebound, but the foul has been called on the ground. Last team foul for the Dominicans to give away. So baseline ball and a double change coming in for the Mexicans. All checking back in, number 15, Jorge Camacho, as well as Karim Rodriguez. Still finding Fabian Jaimes. Well, the Dominican bench don't agree with that call, but it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Mexico. Let's have a look at the replay here. Oh, that's a good call. That's the right call. Because Jonathan Araujo brought his left arm down as Jaimes missed his first free throw. Well, his free throw struggles still continue here tonight. Well, I missed them both. So Mexico at the moment struggling here offensively. There's the pick. No three-pointer coming from the pop. What's going to remain Dominican Republic possession. 3 seconds left here on the shot clock. Well, interesting, the other result tonight, Canada. Again, another big victory as they win by 42 points against Nicaragua. Well, there's a big 3 in the corner. It's up, no good. It's going to go out of bounds, and Mexico survived this offense. Well, you can see the rebound count. 10 in favor of the Dominican Republic, 30-20. As Camacho draws a foul, now he'll go to the free throw line. It's a smart play by the big man. As Guerrero gets called for the foul. Camacho's not much of a three-point shooter, so not quite sure why Juan Guerrero is running out to him like he's Reggie Miller. That is Mexico's first point in a very, very long time. Makes them both. Now remember, Mexico must win by 15 to win the head-to-head. Remember, Mexico don't want to give any fouls away. They don't want to send Dominican Republic to the free throw line. That's got to be a charge, surely. No, 2 free throws. Now, was Gabriel Heron inside the restricted zone? That's the question. Well, he was inside the restricted zone, so I think he just got there a little too late. So Andreas Feliz currently at the free throw line now for the Dominican Republic. As we mentioned, currently playing professionally in the Spanish ACB for Juventud Badalona. Makes them both. It's been a 10-2 run so far for the Dominican Republic. Camacho baseline, goes in, gets rejected. Noemi Casa. Well, what a block shot. Well, Camacho thought he had it. Camacho goes baseline, says, "Tú no eres bienvenido. Me llamo Jonathan Araujo." Well, Stoll's got to shoot this one. Stoll puts up a floater, can't get it. And Mexico still struggling. Good hands, good defense by Camacho. And he gets a high five from his head coach, Amar Quintero. Oh, again, good time on the hands there. Camacho, good defense. Seven seconds difference between game and shot clock now for Mexico. And another illegal screen set by Fabian Jaimez. Well, it's just becoming so sloppy right now. Well, Lavallo is checking in for the final 16 seconds. Dominican Republic, they need a stop. Well, they need a bucket, actually. There's a kick out. Araujo can't get it now. Mexico's got time here. And a foul has been committed. And that was silly by the Dominicans because Bonilla will go to the free throw line. Okay, Bonilla only 2 points so far here in the third quarter. He is still the game's leading scorer at the moment. Well, Bonilla has to leave the game because I believe he's got some blood on his hand. Well, Paul Stoll currently at the free throw line, usually a very reliable free throw shooter. No problem on the first one. But he misses second one. Well, there's a three and almost got it. Well, Basel fans at the end of the third quarter, Mexico leading by 13, but again, the head-to-head still in favor of the Dominican Republic because the last time these two teams met was only a few days ago. And the Dominican Republic won that one by 14 points. Well, we're going to show you some stats and some highlights here. So far, the Dominican Republic might be losing, but they are winning the head-to-head. Well, so far it's been a tough final 5 minutes here in the third quarter, but now we're going to go back and look at the top plays here from the third quarter. Mexico currently still leading by just 12 points here against the Dominican Republic. Well, that was the penetration inside the key, and Amar Quintero demanding that his players respond here in the final 10 minutes. Well, that was the layup easily tucked away in transition, but look at this play by Gutierrez, twisting and turning. Well, the problem for the Mexicans, that was a nice down low finding. Gabriel hit on. And the baseline play by Suero. But you have to appreciate the Dominican Republic players' hearts at the moment. It's been a very poor game for them offensively. And the foul was called on that one, so final 10 minutes coming up here. Can Mexico win by 15? Or download the official FIBA AmeriCup app today. Follow all the best stats, highlights, and news that matter to you most on your smartphone, your tablet, or your Android. Final 10 minutes, we're underway. Trying to go download Araujo, can't get it. Rebound's been secured by Camacho. Kareem Rodriguez playing point guard now for the Mexicans. He's got to get rid of it. Doesn't want to call for a 5-second violation, which he avoids. Rodriguez penetrates, hangs in the air, and a foul has been called. So 2 free throws coming up for the Mexicans, but their free throw struggles have been quite apparent so far here in the second half. Well, Rodriguez makes the first one. If he makes this one, this will be the head-to-head that Mexico needs to win by. And he would be very concerned if they do lose that head-to-head tonight after winning by 14 at home against Mexico. Makes them both. Well, it's actually a 14-point deficit, my apologies. So Mexico 1 point away from winning the head-to-head. Goes baseline, goes up, gets the and one. Foul is on Camacho. Well, Heron came over the double team, but didn't really do much. It was Guerrero. Chance to convert this to a 3-point play. 8 points tonight here for Guerrero. He's 4 for 8 from the field, but he's unable to make the free throw. Still a 12-point lead to Mexico. Stoll penetrates. Again, avoids the block, but he avoids making the bucket. Down the middle, goes in, finishing. Now it's a 10-point ball game. Well, Dominican Republic has still come back. This game not over by any means. Well, Heron turns it over. Now Basel fans, here we go. Throws it down. And buenas noches. Well, what a play by Perez. Well, again, it's how quickly this team is able to convert turnovers into transition points. That is the key pedigree of the Dominican Republic basketball team. The timeout's been called by Amar Quintero. Well, again, this is Dominican Republic transition. Arriba! There's a turnover. Here's a conversion. And here's a transition throwdown. This is baloncesto dominicano at its very finest, baby. Single-digit lead. Hasn't been like this since the first quarter. Piron trying to penetrate. Has to go for a mid-range. And again, Mexico really struggling here. Well, Feliz maybe getting away, getting rejected. Well, what a block and a foul's been called. Well, what a play by Camacho. Well, that block shot was sublime by Camacho. Camacho said, no in mi casa. Well, it's actually Bonilla, excuse me. Eight-point ball game. Stoll coming off one screen. Goes in, teardrop, can't get it. But they're gonna call a foul against Paul Stoll for pushing the back. And again, Mexico struggling here. Well, they just can't score at the moment. Can they get something? Well, it's going to be another turnover, I think. No, it's going to remain Dominican ball. Well, Victor Lee's coming back in the lineup for the Dominicans. The man who played at the FIBA Basketball World Cup this summer in the Philippines. I think a head coach challenge has been called by Amar Quintero. So we're going to find out what our three referees are going to conclude here. Well, the question is, who takes the last touch here? Well, it's hard to see from that angle. Doesn't come off of Camacho, that's for sure. So an unsuccessful head coach challenge, but they still have one left each. Well, Lee's in the corner. We got an ankle breaker. And a turnover. No, to get this one back. Final seconds. There's the three. It's up. And it's way off the mark. Well, a bit of a wasted opportunity there for the Dominicans. Well, heavy pressure in the backcourt from the Dominican Republic. Bonilla bumps, goes in, but nothing dropping. Comes up with a loose ball. Camacho, big three. Oh, baby! Muchos gracias. El Camacho. Big time three-pointer. Restoring back to a double-digit lead. Vargas goes baseline. Vargas bumps, gets rejected, but Foul coming up. Lamar Quintero. That was the block, but it was a foul in the end. Vargas gets the first free throw. Well, he cut it back down to single digits if he makes this free throw, the big man. But he misses it. 10-point lead. Mexico need 4 points to tie the head-to-head. They need 5 more to win it. It's Bonilla trying to post up. Bonilla bumps in the lane, no foul called. Comes up with a loose ball. Mexico get another chance. Under 6.5 to go. Mexico leading by 10. Penetration again. No in mi casa. Eloy Vargas. Big time rejection. Well, este es la casa de Eloy Vargas, baby. You're not welcome. Get out of here with the rejection. Two in the shot clock. Huron, quick three. Just can't get it. Now the Dominicans, 3-on-2. Foul's been committed by Gabriel Huron. Well, that's the third team foul. No, fourth team foul for the Mexicans, excuse me. Another penetration, another rejection. Well, this has become a block party at the moment. Oh, again, what a block. Oh, look at this. Feliz thinks he's got it. Ay, Dios mío, Bonilla. Adios, amigo. Hasta luego. Well, they have to force up a Hail Mary three. Got it! Big time three. Well, that is just huge. And this crowd stunned into silence. Dire moments. Another foul has been committed. Well, there was a foul committed. Well, he threw it up. He said, por favor, and then he said, muchos gracias. Final 10 seconds. Pulling up for the mid-range. And again, nothing dropping here for Mexico. Worrying signs for their offense. Victor leaves with the ball in his hands. Down low, finds this one. Foul has been called, so 2 more free throws. This foul's called against Andreassi, excuse me. Well, the second free throw has been missed. 6-point ball game, just over 5 minutes. Mexico's led by as many as 20 points. But at the moment, they just cannot score. Andreassi trying to go baseline. Finding Gutierrez twisting, turning, big man. Going to that go-to move. Now it's an 8-point ball game. Just over 4.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Feliz a bit of time and space, kicks this one out. That's a huge three in the corner, and one is going to the free throw line for the 4-point play. Victor Lees with a huge, big-time tray ball. Well, change is coming in. There was a kick out by Feliz. And finding Victor Lees. Well, Victor Lees can make this a 2-possession ball game for the Dominican Republic. Four-point lead. Can Mexico hold on? That's the question. Now we're into 10 the shot clock. Stoll gets his pocket pick, but it's going to be their ball on the baseline. 6 on the shot clock. Good defense by Batista. What's another turnover? And Mexico are capitulate. Here we go, Vance. Now it is just a 2-point ball game. Well, Mexico looking like they were going to win the head-to-head. This guy Albania almost turns it over, but it's going to be Mexico ball again. They just can't take care of the basketball. And there you have another turnover. It's becoming a complete capitulation. Now the Dominican Republic, a chance to tie the game up, maybe take the lead with a three-pointer, as Andres Feliz is back in the game. Well, as we said, 2 points will be all locked up. 3 points. Dominican Republic will have their first ever lead of the game. There's a three. 3 is up. No good, can't get it. Offensive rebound. The putback no good, and Mexico survive. Well, they need something here. Fabian Jaimez all the way. He'll go to the free throw line, but it's not a bad foul because he's not the best free throw shooter. Foul is on Dominican Republic's number 40, Luis Santos. While the free throw struggles still continue, Fabian Jaimez has got to make this one. He's missed 3 free throws in a row. He's 1 for 5 from the free throw line this evening. But this time he makes it. And Mexico have a 3-point cushion at the moment. Can they hold on? Lee's had that 4-point play when he made the 3-pointer and won. Vargas down the middle. Vargas going all the way. Misses a layup. Foul's been committed, so Paul Stoll now. He'll go to the free throw line. Well, the foul is on Victor Lees. Big free throw now here for Paul Stoll. Makes the first one. Bit more of a cushion now for the Mexicans. Now, Dominican Republic, as I mentioned, if they do lose this by this margin, won't be the end of the world because they'll go second in this group. Canada currently undefeated. Vargas trying to go for a post-up. Feliz with the ball in his hands. Trying to isolate. There's another deep 3. This one's up. Can't get it. The Dominican Republic, another offensive rebound. Down the middle, there's a foul. There's the and one. And the Dominicans not going anywhere anytime soon. And who else? Victor Lees. Well, he is quickly becoming El Senor fourth quarter at the moment. Well, big free throw he made, 1 and 1 from the perimeter. He makes another one, this time from within inside the rainbow. 2:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Mexican fans trying to rally behind their team. Stoll going all the way. He gets fouled. He'll go back to the free throw line. The foul is on Andreas Feliz. Stoll again making his last 3 free throws at the moment. Well, he's got to make this one. Give them a 2-possession cushion at the moment. But credit to this Dominican Republic team. They battle back. 4-point lead to Mexico still. 2:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Well, they want to put the ball in the hands of Victor Lees because he's been on fire so far. And Andreas Feliz pulls off in the mid-range. Another offensive rebound. The putback is good. It's back to a 2-point ball game. Santos with that big offensive board. Well, Stoll trying to isolate. Nowhere to go here. Getting a handoff. Back to Gutierrez. Big man's got to go up with it. Can't finish. Rebound has been secured. Great play by Santos. Well, a 3-pointer would give the Dominicans the lead. 2-pointer would tie it up. Lee splits the defense. Well, the ball's all over the place. Cross court, thought about it. Down the middle, bumps in the lane, and we're all tied up at 63 apiece. 1:19 to go. Stoll goes for a quick one. He's fouled in the process. So Paul Stoll is going to the free throw line now for 3 free shots at the moment. Well, that's a careless foul to give away because he's been on fire from the free throw line so far. Three free throws would give them the cushion if he can make all 3 of them. But he's got to hold his composure. Paul Stoll, a veteran player now for the Mexican national team, was key in the qualifiers for the World Cup. Knocks down the first one. But can he make 2 more? Can he give Mexico that cushion? Oh, he missed it. The pressure just getting to him. Well, what an ending we could have here this evening. If he makes this one, it will be a 2-point lead to Mexico. So a 2-point lead to the Mexicans. Remember, they need to win this one. A loss tonight could be catastrophic for Mexico's hopes for qualifying for the FIBA AmeriCup. He's coming off one screen, finds the big man. Santos under the basket. He's got to go up with it. And again, he ties the game up at 65 apiece. What an ending we have here tonight. Santos, 6 points. Stoll coming off one screen, finding Gutierrez. Big man spins, finds Bonilla. Bonilla goes in. And a foul has been committed by Guerrero. Mexico living and dying by the free throw line. Well, it's a tough one for sure. It wasn't called on Guerrero, excuse me. It's called on Santos. But Bonilla's got to hold his nerve. 15 points tonight. Only 1 point. Gets the first one. 2 points now here in the second half. He had 14 in the first half. Well, if he makes this, it will be a 2-point cushion. Oh, he missed it. It's Dominican Republic almost turning it over. Well, a timeout called by the Dominican Republic, down by 1 point. 5.7 seconds difference between game and shot clock at the moment. Well, what an ending we have here live on Courtside 1891. This is the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup Qualifiers. Well, there you can see the points scoring. Dominican Republic winning this fourth quarter 26-15. 11-point difference so far. Remember, they were down by as many as 20 points in this game. Well, here was a big play by Batista. It was down the middle, big time penetration. That cut it down to a 2-point ball game. And here was Santos, 6 big points in the second half. Now remember, if the Dominican Republic score, Mexico will have 5 seconds left. This is what it's all about. Leaves with the ball in his hands. He's been unstoppable so far. Lees finds Andreas Feliz. Goes in, makes the contact, and he's going to the free throw line. 12.4. Big free throws coming up for Victor Lees. And drew the foul against Gutierrez. Well, what an ending this has been. Mexico were up by 20, thinking they were going to win the head-to-head, because remember, this group is going to be very complex. Canada, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and Nicaragua, the hosts of the upcoming 2025 FIBA AmeriCup. Got to hold his nerve. Oh, he missed it. The pressure just getting to him. Now, if he makes this one, we'll be tied. The man who played for the Dominican Republic this summer at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in the Philippines. He has to make this free throw. Well, he makes it. We're all tied up at 66. And a Quintero, he'll call timeout, as they now have a chance to win the game. Because if they don't, we're going into overtime. Well, what an ending we're having here tonight. problem with Mexico is they haven't been able to score anything from the field. It's all been free throws so far that's kept them in this game. Well, there you can see the field goal percentages at the moment. Both teams near 20 field goals. Inside the rainbow, 25 and 23, the difference between these two teams. Free throws have definitely gone in favor of the Mexican national team so far this evening. Mexico 15 for 22, and if they lose this game, they'll definitely think it was the free throws that they should have made. Well, the Mexicans are going to advance the ball, and they'll try to go for the win. You know the ball is going in the hands of one player, and that's Paul Stoll, but they do have Gabriel Giron out there as a shooter. Gael Beni as well. Fabian Jimenez. Oh, they want to put the ball in the hands of Paul Stoll. Stoll's got to go quick here. Stoll now gives up. 3 is up. We are going to overtime. Well, Paul Stoll just took way too much time to put the ball in his hands. And the Dominican Republic's defense proving too strong and impenetrable. But we're going to OT, baby. Well, you got to ask the question, why did Paul Stoll wait too long to try and put the ball in his hands? Well, various factors that could have come into play. Could have been fatigue, could have been anything, but Paul Stoll, you're the go-to player at this point. You've got to take that responsibility, and you got to try and go quicker. Well, there are the stats so far. 20 field goals from inside the rainbow. Both teams, 5 3-point field goals. But the rebound count says it all. That was the free throw that took it to OT. Well, there was a three-point that was blocked in the end. Good defense. Well, it will be the Mexicans who have the first possession of overtime. So Fabian Jimenez will inbound this one. Now, the urban legend usually says that the first team that scores in overtime usually is the team that wins it. Well, we will find out momentarily to see who gets the first bucket. Well, Rodriguez back in the game for Mexico just to give them. Stoll pulls up, quick three, can't get it. Well, this is where Dominican Republic, they have to take advantage. There's the penetration off the backboard, can't get it now. If they go quickly here, they have numbers. Well, nice pass. He finds a big man, and he gets this one. And Mexico breaks the first signs of OT. Fabian Jaimes, nice execution in transition by the Mexicans. And there's a penetration down the middle. A good response by the Dominican Republic. And that was easily tucked away down the middle by Juan Suero. Stole in the corner, got it by Andres Feliz. Stole now finds Gutierrez again. Gutierrez, another teardrop. Well, both teams exchanging field goals at the moment. Suero made his last bucket. They can tie the game up with a mid-range. This one no good. Mexico comes up with the rebound. 3:15 to go here in OT. Mexico lead by 2 points. Oh, Jaimes doesn't take many three-pointers, and he gives Mexico a 5-point lead. And that's a big-time tray ball. Well, that gives Mexico the 5-point cushion they need tonight. Feliz now caught in a bit of congestion. Dominican Republic, they need composure. It's Victor Lees with a big three. Can't get it, goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to Mexico. Well, Mark Quintero, a very passionate coach, beloved by everybody in the Federation, all his players and all the Mexican fans. But he knows his team, they need a big victory tonight. Well, the bucket now would be monumental. Another three is up. That's way off the mark. Dominican Republic get this one back. They need a response. Feliz big three, and again, big time three. It's back to a 2-point ball game. Dominican Republic not going anywhere at the moment. Well, he needed crucial composure to knock that one down. Under 2 minutes to go here in OT. Get on with the ball in his hands. Kicks out, Rodriguez wide open. Just can't get it now. Dominican Republic trying to push. Going all the way, finishing this one. Beautiful transition basketball. And we're all tied again at 73 apiece. The Mexican 5-point lead has evaporated. Well, nobody trying to run away with this one at the moment. Stole heavily defended. Gutierrez nowhere to go here. Has to put up a tough one, can't get it. Now, Dominican Republic about to turn it back over. Stole, huge three. Oh, baby! Buenas noches, La Ciudad de Mexico, baby. That is a big-time three-pointer. Second three-pointer of OT for the Mexicans. And Quintero said to his players, everybody get back on defense. Feliz down the middle, little teardrop. Can't get it, goes out of bounds. And that's gonna be Mexico ball. Well, they're asking for a coach's challenge. There's the huge 3 puntos by Senor Paul Stoll. And look at the response. Well, the coach's challenge has been called. And I'm not sure this is going to be a successful one because you can see the response from Andres Feliz. I think if you see the response from Andreas Feliz, he knows that it came off of him. But Julio Anaya, our referee from Panama, he's going to have to review this one. There's a shot by... it's come off of Andreas Feliz. Well, his immediate response was he knew it came off of him. Right there. Yeah, it's come off of him. So that's going to be Mexico ball. Now, if Dominican Republic lose right now, it's not going to be the end of the world because they'll still have the head-to-head advantage against Mexico because they already beat them a few days ago by 14 points. Now, Dominican Republic, they need one stop here. Any big buckets will pretty much win the game for Mexico now. There's the mid-range. Well, that's a poor shot by Rodriguez. Because now the Dominican Republic, they'll need a 3 to tie it up. Feliz calls for the ball screen. It's not a bad foul by Gabriel Heron. So 2 big free throws coming up now for the Dominican Republic, but they trail by 3 points. Well, Gael Bonilla coming back into the game for Mexico. So big free throws now for Suero. He's had some big moments in this game. Oh, he missed the free throw. Well, I probably want to miss this one as well and hope Eloy Vargas or Santos get an offensive rebound. Missed them both. Big rebound. Big rebote. And there's a foul committed. Look what it means to Paul Stoll. Look what it means to these fans. Big victory on the way now. All he's got to do, make one free throw. That's all you've got to do. Make one free throw. There it is. Well, they won't win the head-to-head, but they will get a victory. Canada will go top. Dominican Republic will go second. And a timeout's been called by the Dominican Republic. Well, if you are the Dominican Republic right now, you need to go for a three-pointer. Hopefully get an M1. And then you'll need to come up with a steal as quick as possible. But 5.6, that's very unlikely. When best case, you get fouled in the process of taking a three-pointer. You try to make 2 of those. Try to miss a third, and you try to battle for an offensive ball, but these are all hypothetical situations. The likelihood is very slim. Well, Dominican Republic will advance the ball. Well, literally going to have to get it in bounds, take a quick three-pointer. Well, Feliz will inbound this one. Well, there you have it. And another foul has been committed with 2 seconds left. 2 free throws coming up again for Paul Stoll. Well, the likelihood of them getting any 5-point player possession there was highly unlikely, but like I said, the Dominican Republic still winning the head-to-head against Mexico, because you got to remember, still waiting to see if Nicaragua will automatically be playing at the AmeriCup, which if they are, it will mean in this group it will be the top 2, not top 3 that qualify. And you have Canada, Dominican Republic, and Mexico. Stoll makes the free throw. Makes it both. Well, again, big victory. Vamos, Mexico. Big time victory for Mexico. They get the first victory of the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. Well, again, Amar Quintero's players, they've done it. Dominican Republic will win the head-to-head. They'll stay second in this group behind Canada, who had a 40-plus victory against Nicaragua tonight. But again, great job by this Mexican national team. Phenomenal victory. They've done it. They've won. Huge victory for the Mexican national team. Well, he's a very passionate coach, beloved former player. He played in the 2007 FIBA AmeriCup for Mexico, where he played against the late, great Kobe Bryant. Well, there are the stats from the game. 20 field goals with inside the rainbow, 7 3-pointers. And it was that 3-pointer by Paul Stoll that sealed the deal for Mexico. Well, Paul Stoll led all scorers along with Victor Lee's combined total between those two of 32 points. Dominicans were able to take this into overtime, but it was too little too late. And you can see how many people love this man, Amar Quintero. What a legend. Big victory for Quintero and his players, as they will leave the first window with 1 victory tonight. Fans getting on the floor now, getting pictures with their heroes. That's what I like to call the Paul Stoll fan club. And Paul Stoll finally breaks into a smile. Well, credit to this Dominican Republic team. They battled, they came back. They never gave up. They gave themselves that chance competing. So this game did go into overtime, but at that point it was just too little too late, of course, for the Dominican Republic. Big 3-pointer by Camacho. Well, that was a huge 3-pointer. And that was the one 3-pointer in the fourth quarter coming from Victor Lees. Well, that play, of course, you felt there was nothing coming on offense for the Mexicans. And the Dominicans just kept battling back slowly but surely. They found themselves back in it. Well, the overtime didn't quite go in the favor of the Dominican Republic. They did tie the game up, though. You got to remember, Mexico took a 5-point lead, led by Andres Feliz. Well, the offensive rebounding by Santos. The heart and the effort of these Dominican players. Well, that free throw did take the game to OT.